Welcome back. It's time to treat ourselves to something sweet in Canal Fulton. That's where we find Nicole. She has the sweetest gig of the day, maybe the week for sure. It's time to indulge, shall we? I wish I could be there with you to indulge with you.
I will tell you, there are so many different flavors, Natalie, so you'll definitely have to make your way out here. But how sweet it really is. We are at a local establishment that has been serving up homemade scoops for almost 2 decades. This is called Almost Heaven Ice Cream in Canal Fulton. It smells delicious in here. And before we get to the ice cream, I want to talk with some of the people that are responsible for making this wonderful place bustling like they do. This is Todd Truax. He is the owner.
Good morning.
And Todd, talk about the difference between your ice cream and some of these other places, because I'm looking at all the different flavors. I want to try everything, but I'm not going to have enough time for it.
We have worked really hard at creating the best ice cream available. We make super premium ice cream. We get our pecans fresh roasted just for our shop. We're getting about 100 pounds every week. They come in hot and warm, so we have to put them in the freezer before we can put them in the ice cream. Everything we do is over the top. We make our homemade waffle cones. We have been serving this ice cream, like you said, 18 seasons now, and we've won gold medals and blue ribbons all around the country and then international awards.
Now, I want to get into some of these awards that you've recently won, because for someone like me, I may not be as familiar with it, but you were telling me earlier, a lot of these awards, particularly the one you just won, is a really big deal.
Yeah, we just won the best ice cream at the Los Angeles International Dairy Competition in the entire competition. And we got 2 gold medals. We have 3 gold medals from last year. So we have just incredible flavors, and man, I'm having a hard time with this.
You're doing a great job. You know what it is? I think we all need to try some ice cream. So I'm going to bring in some of the other people responsible for making this happen. This is Matthew. He's affectionately known as Matty Poo here when people come in. And I want to talk to you about some of the ice cream, because obviously, we can come to the Canal Fulton location, but you, along with your brother, Jared, who we're going to talk to in just a bit, you guys have been responsible for really taking this place to the next level.
Yes, ma'am. So I started this with my dad in 2008, and I have a lot of the original ice cream flavors. And then I decided to go in the Marine Corps and then my brother kind of took over from there, and he's just made this into something phenomenal.
And I want to thank you for your service. It's a really interesting story, the fact that 2 brothers working with their dad, coming up with these exquisite flavor palettes. You said the butter pecan is something that you're pretty well known for. Is there another flavor that you've helped develop that maybe when people look at it at first, they say, I don't know, but then they fall in love with it?
Chocolate Explosion is another big one. You can't go wrong. It's got, it's got brownies in it. I mean, it's a lot of good flavoring. But I mean, there's a ton of different ones, on there. White House, you got orange pineapple that I also helped with. So, I mean, there's a ton of different flavors that are from the original ones that are just still on what we still use today, which is awesome.
Now, Mackenzie, I want to bring you into this conversation. This is the butter pecan. I'm going to try this, but you have been working here since you were in high school. You're now actually officially a part of the family as well, because you recently married, or your sister married Jared, right? So talk about how the difference in the change that you've experienced here at Almost Heaven from when you started to now.
Yeah, the reason I caught the vision and wanted to make this my career is because the family has been so phenomenal, and they gave me a lot of freedom to give ideas and take ownership and learn about business, and it's just been a phenomenal journey, and I've had a lot of fun.
And now you're not only helping with some of the flavor creation, but some of the promotions too, and we'll get to it in just a second before we run out, but they have a special bingo competition that's taking place in July. Jared, I want to bring you in because I don't want you to be the son that was left out. During the pandemic, when a lot of businesses were struggling, you actually found it to be an opportunity for some growth. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, like when everything started, like nobody could go out and about. Luckily for us, we had a drive-through, so people were still able to come through and get our ice cream, and we saw a huge growth in that because there wasn't a lot of things for families to do, but you could still get ice cream, and it still brought that like sense of homey and good feeling.
Well, let me tell you, the butter pecan, delicious. It's Almost Heaven ice cream here in Canal Fulton. They have a couple of different locations as well, and they have big plans
for the next couple of years, and bingo's taking place in July, so you'll have to come in. So stick around because I'm going to enjoy my ice cream, and we have more New Day Cleveland coming up after this commercial break.